Alright, cool.
Good evening, all. I'm terribly sorry I was late. I was playing pedestrian polo, and good news, I won again. Always a winner. I got about 15, 20 points average, and then I lost the fuzz on the way here, so if you hear any sirens. So, before I go ahead and start, just two things. Number one, whether you're involved in the arts or not, as a creator, whether you create anything visual, written, musical, or even something like equations or theories, furniture, equipment, like I said, mathematical equations or whatnot, be proud of yourself. Be proud that we are one collective force. There's not one field about the arts or science that ranks over one another, I should say. We're all one collective force, one positive energy. We need each other, we inspire each other, and we will continue to do that for the rest of our days. So give yourselves a round of applause, won't you please? Alright, so I'm going to turn the mic over to Ashley Garcia. She is a 20-year-old daycare teacher, and after years of struggling with mental illness, she has implemented that in her writing. When she is not writing, she loves cooking, drawing, and playing pedestrian polo as well. She's also very involved in the community, the feminist community, and she's inspiring others to write as well. So without further ado, please welcome Ashley Garcia. Take it away.
Woo! Yay!
Okay, I have no idea how I'm going to start this, but basically, I think I'll start off with a few of my inspirations. I've listened to music. I'm like a consumer of like media of everything, so like I'm on all the social media and I'm always constantly listening to music, movies, videos, just trying to keep up to date on everything, and looking for inspiration because that's where I kind of get it from. It's a little bit of everywhere, as well as from my own personal life. My friend and I have this like really long playlist. You know, people used to make mixtapes back in the days for like their best friends or whatever. Well, we have the playlist on YouTube or whatever. But basically we have just a bunch of songs that we think are really awesome and that really speak to us. We both go through a lot of the same things. Our lives are kind of similar in a weird way. But she showed me these two songs, and I feel like these songs are really kind of show in like their own way what my poetry and what everything kind of is about for me. So I'm only going to read, I'm going to read twice. There are two of them. Okay. So one of the songs is A Better Son / Daughter. Sometimes in the morning I'm petrified and can't move, awake but cannot open my eyes, and the weight is crushing down on my lungs. I know I can't breathe, and hope someone will save me this time. And your mother's still calling you insane and high, swearing it's different this time. And you tell her to give in to the demons that possess her, and that God never blessed her insides. Then you hang up the phone and feel badly for upsetting things, and crawl back into bed to dream of a time when your heart was open wide, and you love things just because, like the sick and the dying. And sometimes when you're on, you're really fucking on, and your friends, they sing along and they love you, but the lows are so extreme that the good seems fucking cheap, and it teases you for weeks in its absence. But you'll fight it and you'll make it through. You'll fake it if you have to, and you'll show up for work with a smile. You'll be better, you'll be smarter, more grown up, and a better daughter or son, and a real good friend. You'll be awake and you'll be alert. You'll be positive though it hurts, and you'll laugh and embrace all your friends. You'll be a real good listener. You'll be honest, you'll be brave. You'll be handsome, you'll be beautiful, you'll be happy. So this one, the song really speaks to me. Thank you. On a really deep level, kind of just gets at the essence of what my poetry can, like, is usually typically about. I'm not gonna read the other one because it's got a lot. It's called Bloody Motherfucking Asshole. That's pretty much the whole thing there. But I'm gonna basically kind of start into my poetry. This one I wrote when I was 17. I used to live in Arizona, and it just kind of, I feel like it really shaped me right now. I was only there for 3 years, and I was like a kid, but still, it really, I think of Arizona when I don't have anywhere else to go. So, this one is called Desert in My Bones. The smell of the sun rises off the desert floor. I bake, bathe, in golden sunlight and home. The desert, the place of beauty, innocence, secrets. Winds whisper as I travel through the res. Smoke from the fires and sage fills my nose, waters my eyes, calms me. Before the violation, before no didn't secretly mean yes, before virgin blood unwillingly stained my white plain clothes, the cactus wren sang, saguaro and teddy bear choya as familiar as the sun beating down against the concrete. Despite the phoenix, the stars sparkled in the night, grasshoppers adding a melody that cannot be forgotten. Eyes closed, it seems as if nothing's changed a bit. I feel the sun still scorching my skin. I feel the calm of sage and smoke. I hear the cactus wren and see the stars. I do not think of help, alone, loss, betrayal, hopelessness, afraid, broken. I dream of Grand Canyons, choyas and saguaros, pebbles beneath my feet, flying, 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 soaring over the scorched earth as I run, run, run to find my place in this dying world. Without the desert in my bones, I'd have already been gone. Yeah, so Arizona is kind of the place I fall back on when I need help. I guess I can't even think. I'm sorry, my brain's not working. Basically, I've struggled with mental illness pretty much my entire life, depression and borderline personality disorder. So I guess these next few poems will kind of just explain like what I've been through, what I go through day to day on a daily basis. So this one is called Dear Depression. Sometimes you swallow me. I slide down your throat, unable to stop myself until I land in the pit of your belly. I float in your stomach. Your acid tries to drown me. I go under and come back up, gasping for air, endlessly, it seems. I tear at the walls of your stomach, rake my nails into your flesh, set me free, don't shit me out again. My fighting does nothing as you digest me. I go deep into your gut, no longer having the will to fight. I travel deeper down because I have to. And then again, I'm shit out. The stench of your rotting gut, another waste in my hair, my clothes, underneath my skin. I always take burning hot showers to try to erase you, burn you out of my system. It works for a while, till you pick me up and swallow me again. This one is called Borderline. I gasp for air. Panic earthquakes throughout my earth body leave destruction in their wake. Hair and knotted fingers falling out in clumps during midday showers. Scratches left on forearms. I was playing with my cat last night. Pillows shoved in mouths. Quiet the screams, child, don't let them hear. Festering black hole, the dead center of my chest. I ignore the elephant that's in the room of my body. Sometimes I cannot control when the darkness comes to play. It snatches me when I least expect it, kidnaps me during midday, toys with me, beats me, rapes me, and leads me for dead. Seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months later. Borderline rings in my ears, and I sigh because I can now name it. You have to know your enemy before you can begin to fight it. Let's see. This one is called Used. I am the whispered sigh in the night, the rustling in motel sheets, a moan, an orgasmic release that's gone come morning. And the notification in your phone, the topic you tiptoe around when your girlfriend or wife asks why you've been working so late. I'm of the shadows and kept as such. You strange men in me would rather keep it that way. Good enough for a sweet screw, never good enough for anything more. I'm the whore. If only you were the same to me. This one is The Shrine You Tore Apart. I set them up on pedestals. They enter my life, give me the smallest amount of care, and I become nothing but cheap putty in their hands. Doesn't matter who it is. I would build skyscrapers, rain in the moon, change the makeup of the stars, paint entire galaxies for the people I see good in when there is none. So I'll light a candle at your altar, say a prayer for a chance that you'll stay, and sob when your favor dissipates like my belief in the existence of your goodness. When I'm tearing the tapestries down in a bloody, boiling rage, when the candles go flying and the words I've dedicated to you are raining down in torn snowflakes of onion skin paper, your name will be ripped from my throat in disappointment and mourning. This one is titled My Friends. We drown ourselves in art, dance to music, sing at the top of our lungs, sad songs with catchy beats to hide away our fears. Pop pills, drink alcohol, smoke a bowl to self-medicate. Get tattoos to cover up the scars life has given us. We paint our faces. Everyone loves a pretty picture. Our cameras focus on everything but us. We thrive in the night. The sunlight exposes us. We're inspired by the world that tears us apart. We create masterpieces out of everything but ourselves. And I think the next few ones are kind of more uplifting. They're kind of what I want to write, and I want to be better. I want to do more. So this one is titled, I Want to Keep Living. I don't want these atrocities that have happened to define me. I don't want the illnesses in my mind that hurt me daily to last forever. I don't want to be sad to remind people of gray and the rain. This one is titled Rise. It's scary to think our lives can completely alter their course in a heartbeat. An accident, a changed mind, a surprise. Life goes too fast, we blink and it's gone. Sometimes you may feel like you are too fragile for the cruelty of this ever-spinning world. Remember, you are not paper. You are the strength it takes to get back up when you've fallen down. I went through kind of like a rough-ish period last year, especially. So this one is kind of from that time period. This one is titled Some Days Every Day. Some days I do not know where I stand. Some days nothing makes sense, and I'm left wondering if we're all saving face and playing pretend simply because of our fear of the void. That nothing will come to fruition, and that all our efforts are in vain, for the universe will not remember a speck of stardust when it is so busy creating myriads of galaxies. Some days breathing hurts more than the fact that I will die sometime in the future. Some days I wonder if you struggle to maintain control and if you long to kiss me again. Some days I question everything I know to be true. Some days are sweet as sin and blissfully short. Some days are miles long, weary and painful and seemingly never-ending. Some days I feel like smoking 25 packs of cigarettes to see maybe if I'll develop cancer quicker and die sooner after. Some days I want to dance with you in an empty room, barefoot with no music playing. Some days I can taste your tongue on mine and feel your longing for me. Some days you are a figment of my imagination. But every day I wake I feel it. The love I have for you is rooted so deeply into my core that I simply cannot understand how it is I'm still breathing when I'm not allowed to call you mine. Every day I wake, and I cannot comprehend how I've lived nearly 20 years without you in my life. Every day I wake, and I cannot imagine a life without you in it. Every day I wake, and I love you so much more than I've ever loved anyone in my life. Every day I wake, and you're not by my side, and I feel my soul bleed. Thank you. Okay, so this one is more uplifting. This one's actually inspired by Zach. Zach Was a really, he helped me a lot through a lot. So this one is actually called Inspire.
Oh, shucks.
Oh Muse, you are the rarest of jewels, a quiet whispered beauty, legendary. Your very presence I am in awe of. Your soul, ancient, yet teeming with animation, it is wise, yet youthful in its countenance. With you present, I cannot begin to comprehend your willingness to pass your treasured time away with me. With you present, I want to grow like a forest tree stretching, reaching for the sun, expand my horizons, and push beyond the barriers that I create for myself. You inspire, O Muse. Don't leave, for you've turned my blackest hours into light.
Oh, goodness. Oh my goodness. Do you see what great acid can do? Goodness.
You're awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see. This next one is kind of more recent. It's more about moving on and kind of learning how to be myself again, as well as how to be open with my heart again. Canvas. I want to touch the sky with you. It's been a while since I could see a future that isn't just me alone. I want to paint with colors I'd forgotten how to use, write down words I thought I'd never write again. I want you to demolish my walls so well that they never dream of coming back. I want the disconnect between my brain and heart to heal. I want to remember what it is like to taste forever on my tongue. I want to know what it is like to read promises on your lips and know that you'll keep them. And nothing is ever perfect. I know dark purple storms will wreak havoc on the canvas we're painting, but instead of shoving your foot through the canvas and walking away, I want to see you reach for a calm, cool gray and paint the next morning with forgiveness and hope. You make me want to try and love again. These last two are pretty much, I'm going to go with the one first. Okay, this one is basically why I write, and it explains it in really good detail. The healing. My hands are stained, ink dripping like blood, pen scratching on paper, scratching, scratching, scratching. Can you hear my cry through my words? The emotions and words swell like waves crashing on a broken shore. I'm a slave to them, so I write. When I fill with emotions, when my cup runneth over, the pen flies, the paper first snow white, then black as pitch as the words, descriptions, feelings bleed through. This poetry is internal bleeding. This poetry lets me scream. This poetry is an orgasmic release. This poetry helps me breathe. Once there were knives and razors slitting into skin, blood pooling on the surface cut before sliding down wrists. This poetry is the alternative. This poetry is the healing. 20 years of disorder and pain. This poetry is the healing. This poetry is the healing. And last, I guess this is my favorite one. I wrote it actually on New Year's Eve. This is what I am trying to learn, and it's my resolution to myself for this year and every year afterwards. So this one is called Forgiving. Forgiving is a virtue that I possess in an exorbitant quantity for everyone except myself. I've made grand mistakes. What I have trouble remembering is that if I can forgive the men who used my body, abused my mind, stained my soul, I should be able to forgive myself for the things I've done and my reactions during situations outside of my control. I cannot control the weather. I cannot control time. Sometimes it's hard to control myself. There could be a hurricane on a Wednesday at 9 in the afternoon, and I could sit smiling, laughing at the destruction around me. But I can learn to forgive myself for my shortcomings. I will be resolute in learning the art of self-forgiveness. Thank you. And that's pretty much all I have to read.